I already know this video is going to be very controversial and heated, a very heated topic. I mean, you ready? If you click this video because you read the title, this is probably going to be very heated, and I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash in the comments, maybe. But if I change your mind or just change your thoughts on things, hey, I want to get you to start thinking about, maybe Christianity is real, and just get you to start thinking. It's good for you just to think. Both the biggest religions right now are Islam, Buddhism, Christianity, right? That may be out of order. I think it is actually reverse order. But Buddhism, they believe Jesus is a great teacher. He is a teacher. He teaches wisdom. Muslims or Islam believes Jesus is a prophet from Muhammad. But that would be very intellectually incorrect, because you see, they have an account of Jesus, but the first account of Jesus was in the Bible, right? Because the Bible and Christianity came before Islam, so the first account of Jesus was mentioned in the Bible. So they can't have an account of Jesus. It wouldn't be logical if they had an account of Jesus hundreds of years later, would it? Not really. Because it's like playing telephone for 100 years. That won't work. It would be the story or whatever the message we're saying will be distorted. I'm pretty sure you play that game when you're little, like telephone, where you go around, whisper something in someone's ear and then they hand it down. The message will change drastically. 100 years, or even a couple hundred years. The message will be distorted and changed of Jesus. They all acknowledge Jesus. The top three biggest religions acknowledge Jesus. Christianity is, they believe Jesus Christ, died and rose again. My rebuttal to Islam would be, they believe in Jesus, right? They believe he's a prophet and he's able to perform miracles. Same thing with Muhammad. Muhammad's an amazing prophet, right? Muhammad was able to perform miracles, but he has a grave on earth. Jesus Christ died on a cross, and rose again. He doesn't have a grave on earth. His body's in heaven. That's the difference. Muhammad has a grave on earth. Jesus, which do you think is more powerful? Being able to rise from the dead and ascend to heaven? Or just dying on earth? Which is more powerful? And then also, the accounts of Jesus would be inaccurate because of what I said earlier. It's 100 years later, the accounts of Jesus would be off. Now moving into atheism, atheism is a bit more, not I want to say tricky. There's more points I have personally. There's probably more points out there. There's one YouTuber I really like named Living Water, and they have a lot of good points. They're street evangelists. They're really cool, and they preach to people, and they have really cool videos. And they would go on, preach to students, and it's very interesting, really cool. See that happen. They have probably a lot better arguments for Islam or Muslim better arguments. But I have quite a bit of arguments for atheism. Okay, let me start with what caused the Big Bang. You may say dust particles, you may say atoms combusted together, and then they just created this giant explosion that, created the whole universe. But what created those particles? Were the particles always there? And what caused them to drift together and cause an explosion? Also, we don't see universes coming together scientists do not see universes coming together, in space. You don't see in space a bunch of atoms just creating giant universes. And also, there's so many points against that I have. And also, what caused those atoms to suddenly react, just randomly bump into each other? But we don't see that ever happen. We don't see atoms randomly just bumping each other. And what made this universe so balanced? If we were any micro inch closer to the sun, we would be burning. if we're any micro inch closer, further away from the sun, we'd be freezing our butts off. What made, the sky rain, made Earth and made everything so perfect that it rains? What's the chance of the world being created randomly and it raining to create food for us to eat? And then now they move on to the evolution part of the atheism. And now this is a challenge for you. If you're an atheist, I challenge you to this. There are many different types of kinds, right? There's canine kind, the feline kind, the human kind. Darwin said there will be a change of kind. Could you give me an example of a change of kind? Like from human kind to feline kind to canine kind? I'm not sure the exact science term for monkey kind, but can you give me an example of that? And then also, what do they become? So you say there's scientific evidence that these cells evolved over time to become adapted, to become more, cells that are able to adapt and live in this environment. But what do they become? They're still cells. They're still cells. And diversity does not mean evolution. That just means diversity. Also, using the scientific method, it must be observable and repeatable, right? So, could you do evolution again? Has evolution shown itself throughout time? Have we scientifically seen a whole another universe create itself? Have we seen evolution actually take place? Like, from kinds, talking humankind, canine kind, feline kind. Have we actually seen one hop to another? Without surgery, without any biological changes? Are there any evidence of a change of kind? Observable evidence of a change of kind? Can you show me? There's a video. You may send me a video, a picture of this, not someone draw, a monkey slowly becoming a human. Show me a video of a monkey become a human. There's no evidence stating this. And I'm talking not changes of adaptions and stuff like that. I'm talking changes of kinds. Because that's what Darwin's talking about. Well, so if you believe in this, right? And there's no scientific evidence, right? There's no scientific evidence, there's no research to back up the change of exact kind. Wouldn't that just be blind faith then? A building is an example of evidence of a builder. Scientific evidence of a builder. A building represents a builder. A painting is scientific evidence and evidence of a painter. And creation is evidence of a creator. It will make sense this way. Painting can't make in themselves. Buildings cannot build themselves. So creation can't create itself. Something can't just, atoms can't just build a giant earth. If it really can, do it. Show me. Do it right now. Build a whole universe inside this universe. Show me a videotape of space, of just world just being created. Not some edited thing. Actual scientific evidence of Discovery Channel. Or CNN 10. Nothing can't do anything because it's nothing. And also, what created that matter that just made it explode? Where did it come from? Where did that matter just come from? Nothing just comes out of thin air. That's scientific. Even card tricks and stuff like that, they have it hidden between their hands. They're just really good with their hands. I used to be in magic tricks and stuff like that, and actually, I probably should get back into it. But they had in between their hands. It's not that the cards just appear out of thin air. They make it seem, and they make it very believing that it appears out of thin air. But does it really appear out of thin air? No. My final point is Christianity has miracles. Now, this is a denomination of Christianity called charismatic. Yes. the denomination, you may see churches like Bethel do this in Redding, California, which I highly recommend. Just visit their ministry called Lifestyle Christianity. A bunch of popular churches. They believe in the gifts and miracles, and I believe in that too. So, in the Bible, they mentioned about the gifts and miracles, right? They believe, people could revive from the dead, and it wasn't even Jesus doing some of these. It wasn't just Jesus, but some of the prophets doing these. Some of his disciples. But Jesus said to make disciples of all nations. So the disciples are able to perform these miracles. We can too. Also, I am not Catholic. So my biggest argument against Catholicism is, first off, you're breaking your own law. Actually, I'm pretty sure they removed that law from the Ten Commandments. I'm pretty sure it's nine-ish commandments, because one of the commandments is do not worship any false idols. Aren't you worshiping Mary when you pray to her? What happens when you're praying to someone? You don't pray to the dead, do you? No. That would be a form of worship. Prayer is a form of worship, isn't it? You pray to the angels, you're worshiping angels. Jesus and God says multiple times in the Bible to not make a graven image of God. But you guys do that with a stained glass or something like that. That's a graven image of God. So my dad was even healed. He had no chemo, no radiation, no medicine. He even tried dieting for 13 years or so on a vegetarian diet. He had tumors in his colon. Sorry, I probably got to sneeze. I hate that feeling. He had tumors in his colon, polyps, and he went to each doctor, and they said they couldn't surgically remove it because it would make his colon like Swiss cheese. It's too many polyps, too big. He went to church, he got prayed over many times. It was a really test of faith, and he kept going to church more and more and more, and kept getting prayed over by all different churches. One day, they went to the doctor. He didn't take any medicine, no chemo, no surgery, no whatever medicine. He even tried dieting. Didn't work. Just like that. The polyps, the tumors in his colon, gone. Completely gone. And there's even more testimonies of people who literally set down their wheelchair, who set down their crutches because they don't need it anymore. They can walk now. There's people blind who can now see, and people who are deaf can now hear. Why don't you want this? Genuinely, this is amazing, guys. I want you to know that Jesus loves you. I've been praying for you guys. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you agree with this message or interested in my channel, interested in stuff I talk about. Yeah, help me make more content like this and be able to provide more content for you guys. See you guys later. Peace.